is the way. Gospel, jazz, R&B touches you every day. Talk about when it moves you differently day to day. It's the R&B Bistro. Let music have its way.
Hello and welcome to the R&B Bistro Up Close and Personal. I'm your host, Venus. And today, to take you through this wonderful life, it's going to be of advertising and marketing. And I've got a guru with me here today. She has spearheaded all of the wonderful, magnificent things that happened at the legendary 98.7 Kiss FM, Hot 97. She was responsible for Kiss Cares. She was responsible for the Summer Jam, basketball, MG, Madison Square Garden basketball, New York Knicks, just so many things. If I keep talking, we won't have enough time. But she hit up sponsors like Pepsi, Honda, Boost Mobile. We need to talk to our wonderful guest today, Donyshia Boston Hill. Thank you so much for being here with me today, Donyshia.
Thank you for having me, Venus. Oh, I'm so excited.
It's like old home week, kind of.
Yes.
You know, but I see you, I talk to you now more than we talked at KISS, because you were always flying in and out doing some hot deals. And they would be like, that's Donyshia. Like, wow, I'm just speechless.
I'm so happy to be here today.
Thank you so much for coming. So listen, you have so many accolades and you're so experienced. You could have been an executive VP of marketing somewhere, but you chose to take the other route and do your own thing as an entrepreneur. How come?
I think I really wanted to, be an owner.
Mm-hmm.
I went to Rising Through the Ranks with BMI and ASCAP and Radio Inc. And I said, you know what? There are other people out there that look like me, other women out there that actually own a business.
Yes.
I can do this myself.
Yes.
And I said, with the grace of God and the support of my family, I said, this is my dream. And after, several years back, I spoke to Funkmaster Flags, I spoke to Mona Sky Young, and I said, I'm going to start an advertising agency. And they were like, that's a great idea.
Wow.
But you go ahead. And, I decided years later that I'm going to take that journey.
So I know things don't happen just like that. Now, KISS ended in 2012, right?
Oh my God, so fast.
Oh my God, it seems like yesterday. Every day it seems like yesterday, but
did.
let's not get sidetracked. Okay, so you started Keeper of the Brand in 2014?
In 2014.
So now there had to be some planning that was going on before that, right?
It was. It was really just, it was an idea. And I was dreaming about, where do I want to go? What's my next step after Hot 97, after producing Summer Jam? Am I going to go to another radio station? Well, how can you after being at the iconic brand?
Right.
Now, do I want to go somewhere else and be an executive? Well, you know what? I think I have what it takes to start my own company. And I took that leap of faith. Launched Keeper of the Brand, officially.
Right.
June 30th of 2014.
Okay.
Went on maternity leave, had my daughter.
I remember that.
Yes, and never looked back. So my first gig was with, I should say gig or client officially, was that September with Uncle Ralph McDaniels and this amazing songstress, Darnay.
Okay.
So I landed on her video shoot and was helping with, leading, I should say, her PR.
Okay.
And that was my first client and started building from there.
And see, I had a question about who was your first client, so we'll cover that one.
Look at me jumping ahead.
It's okay, but that's what you do, okay? Visionary. Oh, my, I'm telling you, I put something on Facebook today that said, when I grow up, I want to be her.
Oh.
You and Taraji P. Henson, okay?
Hello.
I have a few. I got a few people I want to be like when I grow up, as if I'm not grown already, but anyway. So you got two companies.
I do.
How?
I do.
And what's the difference between, let's start with Keeper of the Brand first.
Okay.
What does Keeper of the Brand do?
Okay. So Keeper of the Brand is an advertising, marketing, and digital agency. So all the ad sales and marketing talents that I have accumulated over the years, I took that and launched the advertising agency.
Awesome.
So from media buying to event production to promotions to PR. It's an integrated marketing agency, and we're here to help other brands, small businesses, Fortune 500 companies really expand and grow their revenue, expand their brand, and expand their reach.
Okay.
And that's what we're doing on so many levels.
Okay.
We work with AARP and a couple of other major clients, and we're growing daily. So the team that I have behind me is so is so amazing. So that's Keeper of the Brand.
Let's stop, because I could just sit here and just let you talk, because all my questions that I happen to know on my cards are like coming all out, you know. And I'm like, okay, so let's move on from there. But anyway, let's stop back at the team.
Okay.
How do you pick a team?
And I've learned from over the years, it really is not a one-person show.
No, it's not.
And that was something that
you can do it, but it's hard.
I was scared
Yeah.
at the station, where you would say, you know, you're a department head and everything lies on you, and the judgment, and you know, really helping you look at your team from a, you know, a company standpoint. But now, you know, being, you know, a CEO of a company and leading a company, I'm working with everyone from virtual assistants to interns to, you know, I'm wearing a lot of hats personally right now.
Yeah.
I am the accounts payable. I am the lawyer.
You're the
I
HR.
am the HR.
The marketing director.
The marketing director.
The salesperson, don't forget, you got to go out and get those clients.
And for years, I was scared to be in sales.
Right.
And now I'm doing it all.
Right.
But over the last 2 years, I also accumulated a fantastic team. So outside of the people who are, you know, just with me, as far as the interns and the virtual assistants and an assistant, I do have other members of my team that some freelancers. So people who have other full-time jobs, so that until I build capacity and sustainability for the company, then I can hire them full-time.
Right.
I also have business development, sales account executives that are out there meeting people and bringing clients back to me, and they receive, you know, a commission base. So everyone down to social media managers, to, you know, to my my controller, you know, who is monitoring the money that's coming in. You know, I think the team that I'm working with is so important, because
definitely.
It's so different than being in corporate America. I love being around these people. They are
and that's important, because you spend so much time with them.
Exactly. They're not 100% judgmental, because, okay, what's wrong with her? What's that facial expression she's making? Is it me?
Why is she
Did I
acting
make
like that
her
today?
mad?
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You know, and it's really all about, okay, how can I help you? Are you thinking about something?
Yeah.
What's turning in your brain?
Right.
You know, versus, okay, did I make her upset today? And that in itself is just so uplifting.
A breath of fresh air.
It's a breath of fresh air, because it's like, how do I help you as the leader of this company move it forward? Versus, okay, I'm sorry, I didn't put that contest sheet in the studio, and she's going to find out and be upset, or I was late to an event, so she's, you know, it's not people don't realize that it's not about that. It's about working as a team.
And making things happen.
Making things happen.
We all have the same end goal.
Yes.
Because I find that it's hard to work with people who don't have the goal that you have. Or who don't have the direction, or who can't see your vision. There's nothing worse than somebody who can't see the vision. I mean, I've said certain things to people like, oh, I want to do this, and oh, I'm going to do that. And they look at me like, well, what makes you think you can do that? You know, and I kind of like tune them out. And sometimes I might say, well, you know, you can't, but I can. You know, or you can't, but I will.
You got to block those people out. Block them out.
Yes, because you have to keep positive people around you and positive energy, you know. So I find that when you're picking a team, you got to have positive people and pick them. So now let's go back into your clients. Do they look for you? Do you always look for them? Tell us about how that happens.
A little bit of both. I've had amazing referrals. AARP was a referral from Reggie Nance, who actually worked with us at KISS FM and Hot 97. So it's all about building bridges.
Right.
Hold
it. Stop right there. Building bridges. What can you not do? Burn those bridges.
That's right.
Never burn your bridges, no matter what happens, because you never know who you're going to meet in this dance. And I call what we do in life, it's a dance.
It is.
Everything is music. You know, everything is based to music. You know, you can remember, exactly, you can remember what song was happening when this was happening in your life and that was happening in your life. Sometimes songs are uplifting, sometimes they're motivating, sometimes they just mellow you out, but it's all a dance. So that's why I say this is a musical dance we call life. And there's so many different verses and, you know, things in the life. So go back to not burning those bridges.
No, you really, you know, it's unexpected. When I received that first call from Ralph McDaniels to say, we're shooting a music video and we need PR. I had no idea that call was coming.
Right.
You know, I was home. I knew I had my company in place. I had a 1 month, 2 month, 3-month-old baby sitting next to me. And I said, you know, where do I start getting clients? And from there, you know, it started just growing and snowballing from one client to another
Yeah.
to the use of digital and social media. I probably would not be where I am right now and constantly growing and have a lot more to do if it wasn't for digital and social media. Allowing people to know that I have my own company,
Right.
that I am moving this forward, that I am working on my brand, keeper of the brand, the advertising agency,
Right.
but also here to take all the experience I can from those other Pepsis and, Pepsis and Cokes and Boost Mobiles and, Toyota and Hondas of the world to push their brand forward, to help them increase.
How important is it to use social media, especially in this day and age?
In this
'Cause I'm
day
sure
and
there's some
age,
positive and negatives, right?
Absolutely. Absolutely. I think it has to be a part of your marketing toolkit. If it's not, you're missing the reach and capacity that you can build and obtain for the future. It's how do you use it?
Right.
Are you just pushing out information, but you're not having engagement and sharing, and also increasing your bottom line?
Right.
So how do you use social media is the key. And, my company helps people use that strategically, from the SEO to all the other acronyms in the digital world out there.
Right.
It's definitely a strategy, and it's one that must be a part of your overall plan. And it's really taking away, spending dollars on outdoor versus social media or video. It's really changing the landscape of a lot of marketing plans.
So when you say spending money on outdoor, what do you mean for that?
So like outdoor advertisement or print advertising. How do you really just integrate social media, and for a cheaper spend, you can have maybe a larger reach.
I love that phrase, cheaper spend,
A
larger
cheaper
reach.
spend and a larger reach.
Write that down, cheaper spend, larger reach. Go ahead.
Absolutely. There's definitely opportunities out there, from boosting Facebook ads to boosting Twitter ads to really engaging with your user and your listener. And I say listener from the Facebook Live, and people are just, force of habit being in radio for so many years.
I know. I say the same thing.
Your viewers, your listeners, the people that you're engaging with. Those are that's where you want to really extend your reach. And I'll tell you, I boosted Keeper of the Brand on Facebook.
I was going to ask you about that, because does that work?
It does work.
Really?
I boosted Keeper of the Brand on Facebook. My phone rang 1 week later. It was a tour manager for Medea on the Run with Tyler Perry.
I saw that. Yes, let's stop there and talk about that. Get out.
And I thought it was a joke. Hi, I'm calling from the Medea on the Run play with Tyler Perry. We saw your ads on Facebook. And I said, is this a joke? We know advertising works.
You didn't hang up though, right? You didn't hang up.
No, I didn't hang up. But I thought it was a joke.
Right.
I said, send me your information. Email me.
Yes.
Send me your information.
Yes.
Did some research. And that November of 2014, I was promoting the Tyler Perry Medea on the Run tour at King's Theater in Brooklyn, New York.
Who says dreams don't work?
They don't.
Perseverance doesn't work. Tenacity, come on.
Yeah.
Just believe in yourself and go after it.
Absolutely.
So now let's back up for a minute, because as I'm looking you up, and I Google everybody. I Google me. I Google me and I get upset. I'm like, why is that there? But anyway, and you can't change stuff. But in either case, in the pictures, you can't change those either. But anyway, so I saw that you went to NYU.
Yes.
And John Jay.
Okay.
So I'm thinking, is she going to take that and be a sports manager, or is she going to take that, and I'll let you tell them what your degrees are in. Is she going to take that and be entertainment lawyer? How did you go from that, or was that your plan to go from that to what you're doing?
Right.
Talk about that.
No, I actually thought when I went to St. John's in Queens, I thought I was going to be an entertainment lawyer. You could have paid me $1 million, and the bet I would be walking away with that. After working for the Knicks and stumbling into Kiss FM, I just really fell in love with marketing. So I went off to get my master's. The funny thing is, I was watching an old movie with Eddie Murphy, Boomerang.
Okay, love it.
Well, I knew I had no graphic design skills at all. But how was I going to be in marketing with no graphic design skills? And once I saw that movie, and I learned you have a creative director. You give them your vision.
And they draw.
And they draw.
Girl, kind of the same thing. Don't lose your point. Same thing that happened to me. I went to FIT after going somewhere else, but I want to be a designer. But I'm like, I can sew, I can't draw. They go, oh, you don't need to draw, just pin and drape, you know. But you walk down the halls and you see all of these pictures of these wonderfully drawn things. So I'm sorry to say I chickened out and decided to go into marketing, buying and merchandising. But I'm like, wait a minute. You know, so I sold a lot of my life or whatever, and I used a pattern. I took pattern making too early in the morning. I couldn't do that. So, you know, I would change the patterns and do whatever. But I really wish that I had continued that because I even had a label, created my own label and everything. So I'm like, maybe I'll get back to that. I have so many things on that list that I might go back to. It's coming. So let's go back there. Yeah. So you decided to take this path.
I did. I fell in love with radio, and from, you know, something I thought was going to be a part-time gig, you fast track 14, 17 years later, and I had a whole career. So I think it went from the love of marketing, then the love of, you know, the brands that we were working with, the Kiss FMs, the Hot 97, the Summer Jam. It took over my life for 14 years.
And I'm telling you, she was a force to be reckoned with, a force, period. I just used to just look and go, wow. Yeah. So let's go back to radio for a minute, because I know there are a lot of people, I meet people, and I'm sure you do, that say, how do you get into radio? You know, everybody wants to know, how do you get into radio? And I know what I give the tips of, but what are your tips for aspiring people who want to get into radio? What would you say that
I think it's really, I mean, there's a couple of different ways. The internship way, the connecting with an air personality to, you know, to be their assistant, to really then navigating the system and answering phones and the board hopping. But I think the really heart of it is ensuring that once you get in that door, that you make yourself valuable.
Yes.
And that they see that you are someone that, you know, can really contribute to the organization, that you want to move the brand forward, that you're basically the cheerleader. And I think if everyone sees that in you, they're going to keep you around. They're going to help you grow. They're going to listen to your ideas. They're going to listen to your vision and what path you want to take. They would look at you as the next person that can be the marketing director, the next producer of Summer Jam, the next program director. And I think that's so key.
Alex. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. She wanted me to go in sales. I did something, and I won a sit down with her. I don't remember what it was, but whatever it was, I did it, and they said one of the things you can get is to sit down with. There were 3 different things.
I remember when she was doing that.
Sit down with Alex. I sat down with her, and she was really impressed, and she said, I love your energy, this, that, and the other. But have you ever thought of sales? And I'm like, I don't want to do that. And she's like, but you're good. You can do that. I don't want to do that. But the things that you don't want to do that are innate in you help you when you go to do your own businesses.
Absolutely.
Right? So let's go there. And I want to get to the book soon. So let's go to when you decide that you want to do your own business. What do you think you need to have? Tell them what did you think about before you said, I'm just going to start this business?
No, I really thought I need to have drive. A 100% support system. I needed everyone in my family on board that this is what I'm doing. I believe in it. I know it can be a reality. So you must have a personal board of directors that's going to be your cheerleader, that's really going to call you on the day and say, you know what, you're not doing what you said you were set out to do. You
Somebody
know,
to hold you accountable.
Who's your accountability, motivation? You really need that from, you know, the immediate people that's surrounding you. And then I think it's also that innate drive and ambition. For me, it was, I am going to succeed. Other people have started companies and they are successful. That will be me.
And it's no question.
There's no question.
So let's go to the Ice Princess.
Yes.
So now tell us about that. What is the Ice Princess?
So
when I looked up that, you know, all the Disney characters came up, and I'm like, that's not it.
That's not it. That's not it. So Ice Princess NYC was born out of, you know, my love of focusing on social events and entertainment. I would have parties, or I would somehow stumbled and produce, and I say produce, but coordinated someone's 60th birthday anniversary and her birthday, and I said, you know what, this is going to be a business for me. And this is something I love to do, and I just love the touches and the special touches. And I feel like no one else does it like I do.
Yes.
You know, so when I look at the David Tataras of the world and the Colin Cowie, and I go, these are amazing tablescapes, amazing floral designs. Why hire someone else to do my special events when I can do my own special events under Ice Princess? We have the best invitations in the world, the best floral design in the world. And we can also make a woman who's getting married forget about the stress.
Awesome.
Why? Because it's her special day. So from weddings to, I would say, from birth to anniversary, and weddings in between, and graduations, and you name it, we do it.
So do people from your other business work on this business, or you're two separate teams?
Two separate teams, but there is some crossover for special events. So I'll give you an example. AARP, they hired Keeper of the Brand to focus on the marketing of their Money Smarts event, and hired Ice Princess to handle the floral design.
Girl.
So we are out there, and I keep them separate, but sometimes they're connected. So there's so much opportunity out there, and when I look at the companies that are there, I'm meeting people now that have 54, $100 million companies, and I know with that vision that I'm going to get to that level.
Yes.
I don't know when, but that's the track
But you're
I'm
gonna
going.
get there.
I'm going
You're gonna
there.
get
Sky's the limit.
That's your path,
That
as
is my
Mike Clark
path.
said. So you have two companies, a family, which includes a husband and children.
Yeah.
How do you do that? What's your typical day like? What's a typical day like for you?
It's a whirlwind.
Yeah.
It's a whirlwind.
Do you wear your Superwoman hat?
It is. It is a whirlwind, and we're living on a schedule. So from the time we wake up, everyone in the house is running on 100 miles per hour and running full cylinder, so that we can really make sure that whatever's happening in our day, because every day for me is a different day.
Right.
I'm here with you, or I'm meeting with a client, or I'm executing campaigns, or I'm hiring people. So every day for me is different, but my home life is they're on a schedule. So that schedule for them is set in stone, and doesn't waver.
Okay.
And I live by the Google Calendar. I live by Outlook.
Let me tell you, I forgot to put something on my calendar with my vocal coach yesterday, and I know he wants to kill me.
Right.
I wanted to kill me. I was so upset.
Yeah.
So I must pay attention to you and live more by that calendar.
Yeah.
Let's talk about this book, Living Fearless, and I got an autograph in here, which is so wonderful. I'm like such a groupie. So, tell me how this book, Living Fearless, how did this happen?
Oh my goodness. Again, relationships. My first cube mate, my cubicle mate, Nika Corbett,
In the radio?
At 98.7 Kiss
Okay.
FM. She's working with this amazing rock the stage speaker, Cheryl Wood, who's out there uplifting and empowering women. She told me about this, the Living Fearless experience, and that there was an opportunity to contribute to the book and tell my story. Wow. And I thought, what better way to add to...
Now, wait a minute. How many pages? You got a long story. You should have the whole book. You have some pages in here. How did you do that? How did you condense the story, which is not even enough for us to talk about in 30 minutes? Right. How did you condense the story? But you're in another book, too. Tell us the name of that one.
So that's The Future Woman. And that's more so fearless living is more for anyone, but particularly targeted towards women, so that they can be empowered and uplift, and so that they can see that anybody can walk the path. Some people have walked in ahead of you, and you're not in this life alone.
Right.
Whether it's business or personal issues, but the Future Woman book is geared towards young teens, young adults, college students, really those people who are moving from, and in the words of Leilani Brown, campus to cubicle. Okay. So how are those people moving from their college life to going into being a future woman and a future leader of this country and of their own company? So I give them tidbits from a perspective of, these are the things that I have learned, and I wish I had someone to mentor me.
Yeah, so I was going to ask you about mentors. Who were your mentors? Let's go there.
Oh my goodness. I think I would say, my mother has always mentored me. My mother-in-law has been a major part of my life. A woman, and I'm in the sorority and the Women's Professional Organization, the Links Incorporated.
Very active in your community.
Yeah, so Juliet Hansen has been a mentor for me. But on the professional side, I went for years not having a mentor. I would speak to the Toya Beasleys of the world, but never really took the opportunity because we were also working and grinding.
And it's so fast-paced and everybody's on their grind.
Yes, and really didn't take the time to say, you know what? I have this opportunity to sit here with this woman. No
Let me
one
pick
else
her
does.
brain.
Let me pick her brain.
Right.
And so, but I think we did, and we have a fantastic relationship. But I would say in some
She's scheduled to
aspect-
come on the show. She had to
Oh,
change. She had
fantastic.
to change her day, so I got to get back to her and remind
Yeah.
her. I need
So
that virtual
do.
assistant to, you know.
You do,
Yeah,
and those are fantastic. So Toya Beasley, I would also say Barry Mayo, radio icon Barry Mayo. He kept me in New York from leaving and going to Philadelphia to
You were
work at a
gonna do
radio
that?
station.
Oh, I'm
I
so glad you
was.
didn't.
I'm so glad
Okay.
too.
Sorry, Philadelphia.
And then also Carl Freed, who was the producer of Hot 97 Summer Jam, alongside me for 14 years. We were connected at the hip.
Right.
He was very instrumental in, you know, giving me this, teaching me and guiding me on this is the way you produce an amazing event.
Right.
You know, so
And they were amazing.
yeah, and I think, you know, so along the years, I think people have, you know, walked into my life, but now I really am looking to continue to build, but also to, as I lean forward, I'm pushing people and bringing people along with me.
So let's go there.
Yeah.
I need you to give me 3 tips
Okay.
that someone who wants to walk in your shoes can follow.
Yeah, I think it's definitely have yourself a personal board of directors.
Personal board of directors as well.
That is so key for you. The second one would be never lose sight of your ultimate goal and your dream. There'll be detours along the way, but keep focused, keep motivating. Motivate yourself 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. If you can do it for someone else, you can do it for yourself.
Yes, that's a great line. Third one.
Yes, the third one would be utilize your resources. Make sure you have all the tools in the toolkit. And when you're not sure, lean back on the first one and utilize those mentors. I think that's so key. And read for 5 minutes a day. Decompress.
Read what?
It can be anything from other tips from other CEOs and entrepreneurs, Mark Cubans of the world, anyone on Shark Tank, I would say.
Okay.
Oprah, anyone
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
motivational, uplifting. But clear your mind and read and think about where you want to go. You must have that quiet time to really just cut out the noise and see, this is my time to map my plan.
And I was going to ask you, what do you do to unwind from
You
your
do.
day and your time?
Tea. This.
What kind of tea? You never told me, so I got you plain tea. I need specifics here. What kind of tea? So I'd like to please. What kind of tea?
Mint tea, green
Mint
tea, you
I got
name
green
it.
tea cold.
I love it.
Get some of that after?
Yes, I will.
Okay, all
I
right.
will.
So I got a throwaway question because you've covered everything that I wanted to say, so we can shoot the breeze for a few minutes.
Okay.
So, Dancing with the Stars. You like it?
Yes.
Would you do it?
I would.
Yeah, me too.
I would.
I've been saying that. People think I'm crazy.
I would fall on my face and I
you-
would be horrible because I went to Arthur Murray for when I was getting married and like you, I'm dancing with my husband and I'm like, I forgot the steps. I forgot the
my
steps.
God.
I don't even know what we're doing. He said, honey, I have you.
I got you.
And the next thing you know, it was over and I was dipped.
Yeah. All right. So now tell us where we can find you. First, quickly tell me, where do you see Keeper of the Brand in 3 to 5 years?
I think 3 to 5 years, we're a $54 million company and growing.
Say so.
We have a portfolio of clients from automotive to beverage to QSR, which is quick serve restaurants. We're building in the private and public sector. And we're continuously expanding not only from marketing and advertising, but also into publishing and TV.
I hear that. Where can our viewers, listeners, find you?
Yes, you can find us at keeperofthebrand.com. You can follow us on Twitter at DB Media Maven, that's me personally, and also KOTB Marketing. And on Facebook, Keeper of the Brand.
All right.
Everything is Keeper of the Brand.
Everything is Keeper of the Brand.
That's right.
And you have definitely done that well. So wonderful to have you here.
Thank
you
you
so much for being here. And I hope you come back later some other time and tell us all about the other things that you're doing.
Absolutely.
All right, that's been the R&B Bistro Up Close and Personal. I'm Venus. You can find me on Venus987 on Twitter, on Instagram, Venus987_, and of course, Venus Crute on Facebook. If you can't spell that name, just Google something. You'll find me. Remember, it's never too late to live your dreams. And when you do, I'll be there encouraging you. Thank you so much. I'll see you next time on the R&B Bistro, Up Close and Personal.
Gospel, jazz, R&B touches you every day. Talk about when it moves you.